Hello and welcome to episode 28 of VocTerGaming. I am your host, the vocal terrorist, Jesse Rain, and we are here with Game 2 of the IEM Finals between our Red Protoss, spawning at the north point of Terminus Re. He is oGsMC, and his opponent, spawning in the south position, our Blue Terran, currently one game up in this best of 5 series. He is EGPuma. Now, that was a really interesting game we had yesterday with the 1-1-1 push timings of EGPuma, which are so hard to stop at the moment, as we've been seeing a lot in the Korean GSL tournament that I do follow. I watch every game of that, by the way, and if you can afford to do it, it is pretty cheap and is very much worth it. They are fantastic games being played out there. Now, interestingly, while we were talking yesterday about how to defeat a 1-1-1 push, the casting duo, the casting archon in fact, of Tastosis, Artosis and Day9's brother Tasteless, seemed to think that the best route to go was to go one gate robo with an observer and just not expand against it. I'm not entirely convinced by that. I feel like the economic loss will be far too great. I believe that obviously early expands are bad against it, but I feel like you can still hold it off if you do the right thing. I think, as we saw yesterday, oGsMC held it off the first time, but what he lacked was a proper splash damage unit the second time. So it'll be interesting to see in this game what the two players choose to go for. As we see, EGPuma has just the one gas so far, not yet taking the second, as he morphs his orbital command. No very fast expansion from either player, which is as you'd expect. Both of these players are very good, very safe. This is of course the Terminus Re map, which is absolutely massive, one of the bigger maps in the game, with your natural expansion here, and also another expansion here which is very easily defended, as you have to pass by the second to get to it. However, there are destructible rocks, so if you do take this base, you need to be watching those just in case anything happens. And it looks like we may be seeing something similar, as we're seeing a reactor go down for Puma. This is either for a quick push, just a harass to punish any kind of expansion, but as he will see, oGsMC has not done that yet, or it will be to aid the 1-1-1 timing as we saw before. And this probe is, this SCV does not get to see an awful lot. He knows there's a gateway there, but that was pretty much expected. Only one gas from oGsMC so far. Now that is interesting. Only one gas, when Protoss generally take two, does normally mean that he's about to expand. But that's interesting to see, as Protoss is a very heavy gas heavy race rather, although I'm sure many of their units are very heavy. However, there are builds that remove the first gas early on to get this expansion up faster, but the 28 food, that's not the fastest of expansions. So it'll be interesting for me to see where MC takes this. He is going up to 3 gates. Generally, with no gas, with only the one gas, you go up to 4. But this map is far too big for a proper 4-gate push, and this bunker will easily defend it anyway, as Puma is playing very safe. We are seeing 2 stalkers just going to push down here, but they are not going to see an awful lot. In fact, they are going to see absolutely nothing. They see the bunker, they see the reactive barracks, and that is all they know about. There is zero information here for oGsMC, which is not good. He is choosing to get that robo up now, and it is moving to 4 gates as expected. So this is going to go 4-gate robo. That is very powerful early on in the game, as we see the second gas finally go down. And if we move back to the base here, we see the Puma is now on 3 racks already, 2 with tech labs, which means he is going to get a very good stim and combat shield timing. He will eventually move out with this just going to make sure this area is entirely clear of stalkers before pushing out with that. MC this time, scared of the 1-1-1 push, is getting an observer from that robo base first, so he knows exactly what's going on. But this could be a very powerful timing. 3 racks, Marine Marauder with Combat Shield and Stimpack coming out. As these hit, I am not sure oGsMC is going to have enough to hold it. At the very least, if he pushes out at the right time, he is going to have a brilliant chance of taking out the natural. And at the same time, we see a factory now going down for Puma. So it looks like he is going to get first the factory, then I imagine the starport. I doubt he'll go Banshee this time. It seems to me like you want to get reacted medevacs to heal this largely bio force. It does look like Puma is going to be going mostly bio this game. As Combat Shield finishes, he is going to have an advantage, but let's see what this observer sees. As he comes into the base, he sees 1, 2, 3 racks. He knows the 3 racks. He knows the factory. Will he see the starport being built? He does not know about that starport yet. Sees this refinery, sees the second base, but has yet to discover this starport that's going down. There is an eBay going down as well on this far side of the base. Finally sees the starport before it starts churning anything out. Sees the reactor on the factory, so he knows they're going to switch, as you will get many more medevacs out. That is very good. Just 1 Marine holding this Selnaga watchtower. These Marines and Marauders holding this here. Is not quite constantly producing out of these barracks at the moment, which is not the best. But that's okay. He is still going to have a lot of forces to push out. Now if he sees this observer, he'd have wanted to scan and kill it, as he saw everything apart from the eBay. And the eBay can be inferred. Now, a blink being researched for oGsMC. Still only on the 4 gate, still only with the 1 robo, not doing anything with it after getting that observer. Is instead choosing to go straight up to blink. 2 more gateways there, along with the Twilight Council. Be interesting to see what tech path Protoss takes in this game, as we have Terran Infantry Weapons level 1 coming out now. We have 2 medevacs, more Marauders and more Marines all the time, and a second expansion, a 3rd base for Puma. But this attack could be absolutely devastating. Now if I was Puma, I would sit outside this base and I would wait. I would wait for a few more medevacs to get here, and I would wait for that +1 timing to finish. It's going to get out before charge. It's going to get out before the armory finishes here, and a second eBay as well, so he's going to go very fast upgrades. As we see, this factory just doing some scouting, is also sending out this 1 medevac absolutely full for a drop. This small army gets scouted. He knows, oGsMC has to know that something is going on as 1 Marine gets picked out, because he has to know this force is not big enough for the amount of time that Puma has been attacking. And so he drops here, he takes a pylon, but these stalkers are going to catch it. They are going to get the medevac so quickly. This drop doing absolutely nothing, completely ineffectual. Did force MC to bring his army back, but it wasn't like he was completely pushing anyway. That was an absolutely terrible drop. He'd have been far